In this video, I'll be showing you how to install TensorFlow GPU on your desktop. Now, there are some prerequisites that you need to know about. The first thing is you need to make sure that you have nvidia graphic card. And if you don't know about which graphic card you have, what you need to do is just click on this Windows icon, right click on it, and go to the device manager. There, go to the desktop display adapter, and there you'll get to know what kind of graphic card you have and the model of it. And if you're using AMD, then I think this video is probably not for you because TensorFlow supports nvidia only. Now, having done this, what you need to do is you need to know about whether your graphic card supports CUDA features or not, right? So to know about it, go to the Chrome and search for nvidia CUDA GPU, right? Click on the first link and then click on the CUDA enable GeForce products, right? And there you'll find many products, many different versions of your graphic cards. So see for yourself, and if you find your graphic version here, then it supports CUDA feature, and if not, then I think you won't be able to install an TensorFlow GPU on your desktop. Alright, so after finding that, I have a GeForce GTX 1080, so it does support CUDA features. Now before moving on, let me tell you one thing. This thing requires Python 64-bit, right? TensorFlow requires 64-bit Python. And one thing I would say is uninstall any Python dependencies from your system because it might interfere with the installation process. Okay, so what you need to do is go to the control panel, right, and search for the Python, uninstall Anaconda or whatever you have, all right? Because the reason why I'm doing this is I was tired of installing TensorFlow GPU when Anaconda was installed on my PC. So I decided to start clean as if I had no Python in my system at all. So just make sure that you do not have any kind of Python installed in your system, all right? It will take time. I'll pause the video here. Alright, now it's done. I've uninstalled all the Python, Anaconda, or whatever. Now what you need to do is install Python afresh. But before installing it, let me just make sure that it is installed. Open the command prompt and type Python. If you get an error, that means that it has been uninstalled. So yes, Python is not recognized as an internal or external command. It means that it has been uninstalled from my system. Alright, now what you need to do is install Python as a fresh. Alright, so go to the Chrome and their main website, python.org, the first link, click on it and click on the download tabs. Now before clicking on this download Python 3.7.0, I would tell you that whenever you download those Python, they are basically 32-bit, all right? And furthermore, this 3.7 version does not support TensorFlow as of now. So what I would recommend to you is come down and install 3.6.6 version, all right? So just click on it and just scroll down, and you will see here there are certain versions. What you need to do is install this Windows 64 embedded executable installer, all right? This thing, just click on it and it will download the installer for you. click on this installer, and it's pretty much straightforward installing it at Python 3.62 path, and then install now. Just as usual installation process. It won't take too much time, I guess. All right, it's done. Now let's close it and let's see if we have got it installed or not. Let's verify it. So just type Python in the terminal, and if you're seeing this 3.6.6, and furthermore this thing is very much important for you, 64-bit, then you're ready to move to the next step. Right, this 64-bit is pretty much important, very much important for the TensorFlow GPU version. So make sure that you have got 64-bit and this version 3.6.6, because I think that 3.7 is not supported by TensorFlow, because I think I have tried it. So make sure that you have you install Python 3.6.6 version. All right, now let's move to the second phase, which I should say installing some other files that are being required by the TensorFlow. So let's head toward the TensorFlow main website, right? And there, click on the install tab and Windows, and here we'll say that requirements to run TensorFlow with GPU support. It requires CUDA toolkit 9.0 and cuDNN version 7.0. So let's install those things, shall we? All right, CUDA toolkit 9.0. Click on the first link, and then you have to click on the Windows version. I don't think that Mac OS X has nvidia support. It has nvidia, I think. Anyways, we are on Windows. Let's click on the operating system of Windows and click on the version of whatever you have. I have 10, so I'll click on the 10 and click on the exe local. Right. Install the base installer. I'll be installing this base installer only. I think I had installed TensorFlow GPU without these patch releases, so I'll stick with the base installer. All right, now as we have installing this, what I need you to install is Visual Studio. Is an important component in installing this CUDA toolkit, because some of its components require the C++ compiler, I guess. So you actually have to install this Visual Studio. Don't install the code version, install the IDE version, and I'll specify you what components you need to install in. So just install the community edition. All right, I don't want to take your survey. I don't want to be a part of your survey. All right, just open it. Yes. All right. I think I have installed this. Let me check. Visual Studio. Yeah, it is installed on my desktop. But let me show you what are the components that you need to install in order to, install the CUDA toolkit successfully. Because if you don't install this Visual Studio, it will come up with an error that I think is fatal. So I don't want to install your update. Cancel. We'll be installing. Yeah, it's not showing this thing. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Oh no. More. Modify. All right. Because I have installed this Visual Studio, I'm not getting this screen as my first screen. But when you'll install this Visual Studio, this will be your first screen. So what I need you to install is this should be selected, right? Desktop development with C++, this should be selected. And you can actually, this is not required. Python development, data structure processing, you can uncheck this thing. And yeah, this is what you'll be requiring. So just click on that, and instead of modify, it'll be install here. So install those things and you'll be good to go. So now after installing this Visual Studio installer, what you need to do is click on the download tab, and let's run through the installation process of toolkit. Right, that's why it's taking so much time. All right, so click yes as usual. Okay, now there's one thing. There are certain videos out there, right? They don't tell you that you'll be requiring 64-bit, and you come up with an error, right? And one more thing, they don't tell you that you need a Visual Studio Code to get this installation complete. So these are the certain things that you need to know about, because this CUDA toolkit requires some C++ libraries that is being provided by the Visual Studio, so it won't install properly if you don't have a Visual Studio installed in your system. I mean, it's taking a lot more time. Let me pause the video here. All right, we are back again. Now just click on this agree and continue. Now let's move to the phase 3, which is installing the cuDNN. So again, head back to the Chrome and open a new tab. Just type for cuDNN, hit enter, click on the first link here, nvidia cuDNN, nvidia developers. Download cuDNN, and yeah, I agree to the terms. I'll be downloading cuDNN 7.2.1 because I have a CUDA 9.0 toolkit. So make sure that you select this version and then cuDNN library for Windows 10, right? Install. So this is where things get, pretty much difficult. So what first thing is just, as usual, extract these files. Okay, and now what you need to do is you have to just give the path to this folder, to these 3 folders. You have to add these three folders to your environment, right? To do so, what you need to do is just click on this PC, okay, right click on properties, advanced system settings, click on it, environment variables, click on this, and then go to the path and click edit, and then select new. Let's just head back to the older folder. I think it was in downloads. So just click on the bin, right? Just click on it, and here you will get an option that copy path. Okay, just click on this copy path, and let's just get back to that. All right, oh, here it is, system properties. So click this, let's just create a new variable and then paste our what we have selected. So it is in downloads folders, this folder, after that bin. Okay, click OK. Similarly, we will do this for the other 2 folders. We'll click on the path, edit, and then we will go to that folder. We will click on the include, copy its path, come back here, click on the new and paste that. Click on OK. Again, edit and go back to that. Click on the library, copy path, come back again, click new, paste it, and then OK, hit OK. After that, OK. All right, so we have given our path. Now it's, important part here. So let me tell you what we have done till now. We have installed Python 64-bit. All right. We have installed the CUDA toolkit 9.0. We have installed Visual Studio, Community Edition, and we have given the path of cuDNN bin include library to our environment. All right. Now let's move to the last step, in which we will be installing the TensorFlow GPU. All right. So what you need to do is just go to the TensorFlow main website, and there is a simple, in this installation, you can use this. Okay. So what you need to do is just, copy this and paste over the terminal. But I won't be using this because there might be some users who already have a TensorFlow installed, and there's a problem when you try to uninstall their TensorFlow. So you better override those things. So what you need to do is just copy that thing, pip install, ignore installed, upgrade TensorFlow GPU, just copy it and paste in your command prompt and hit enter. So it will install the TensorFlow GPU again, and it will also repair those files that you might be missing. So let it install, and we'll wait for it. It will take a lot of time because they are installing certain packages like setup tools, markdown, numpy 6, wheel, tensorboard, and all those stuffs that is required for the proper functioning of this TensorFlow GPU. Okay, it's been installed. Now let's just make sure that it is correctly installed. So just if you come down to this, you'll get to see the validate your installation. So we'll just type these following commands. You should be typing along with me. First, we need to import, we need to be in a Python. All right, now let's type import TensorFlow as TF, and it should not give you an error. And yes, it's not giving. So now we'll type as it is what they have written. I'll type hello aliens. Okay, now we'll start a new session. Just type the same thing. And yes, if you're seeing your graphic card listed here, let me just if you're seeing your graphic card listed here, where it is, this name G4 GTX 1080, it means that your TensorFlow GPU has been installed perfectly, right? And now we should be ready to print this session. Just hello. All right, it's working correctly. So we have, congratulations, you have installed TensorFlow GPU on your system. And I think you find this video helpful, and if you have any doubts and at any position, feel free to comment down and I'll be very happy to reply. And thank you for tuning in and supporting this channel. I'll see you in the next video.